really appreciate it. A phrase that we use a lot in our industry, and you'll hear it a lot, is realtors are champions of the American dream. We've heard that, and that might be true, that we're champions for American dream for the general public and our clients and just people around our country. But in reality, there is an epidemic flowing through the real estate industry that is tearing down the American dream for our real estate professionals. And we're not talking about it. See, real estate agents have almost a 60% divorce rate. Real estate agents have a 30% higher chance of committing suicide than the average American worker. Almost over 70% of real estate agents report having poor mental health, and they contribute that to the stress and structure of their job. And we're not talking about it. And we're not talking about it because we're talking real change here. We're not talking about a little tweak to a listing contract. We're not talking about, making some changes to our listing documents. We're talking about real change here. I mean, life-changing change. And we're not talking about it because, unfortunately, in our industry, in our society, unless we can get a straight, great ROI on those dollars, that's a tough conversation to have. And so many people don't equate this as affecting their bottom dollar until it's far too late. And I'm telling you here today, I am on a mission, and it is my passion to help these real estate agents and these other entrepreneurs that we have in our real estate space. I'm here to help them build, protect, and grow a different future for our industry. Because imagine we fast forward like 5, 6, 7 years, and all those polls you see online of these industries have the happiest people, and they are living fulfilling lives. What if real estate agent was on those lists instead of those lists of which industries have the highest divorce rate? Because we're on that list. Which industries have the highest suicide rate? We're on that list. What if we built this amazing area and this amazing space where our people were on these lists here? That's what we can build. And I firmly believe that our people in our industry have everything that we need to build that if we're intentional about it. And that's what I do in my classes. And I do it by teaching one very simple concept. Stop chasing work-life balance. And that might seem kind of contradictory. Stop chasing work-life balance because it's not there. We try to talk about work-life balance as if work is over here and life is over here. Work is over here. Spouse, kids, family, hobbies, it's all over here. And we try to keep work over here, and we try to find this balance like it's a scale. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in our space. If you describe that world to a lot of realtors, they go, I wish. That would be great. Let me know how I can do that. It's not a balanced scale. In our classes, we teach how these things can flow. Instead of a balance, this over here and this over here, they flow and they live in and around each other very peacefully and cohesively. But it's an intentional build. It just doesn't happen overnight. We have to start having these conversations and teaching this. When those things flow and live with each other peacefully, that's a whole nother world our people get to live in. And that's what I teach in these classes. And I start with, a lot of my classes start with the concept of an entrepremarriage. Over 90% of our people in this industry are either married, live with a domestic partner, or in a long-standing relationship over 4 years. Over 90%. We're offering classes that only apply to 20% of our people. This type of stuff could apply to a lot more than that. And it starts with an entrepremarriage. So I've created the Entrepremarriage Code, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a taste of what that class just kind of looks like. I want to give you a taste of how I teach and what that looks like. If you can't tell, I'm a pretty high-energy person. I talk fast. My past career as an auctioneer sometimes bleeds into this. So we go pretty quick, and I keep people, you're going to have to stay on your toes if we're going to follow along. But we do a lot of interactive conversation starting pieces. So this one is one we created to find blind spots. So I'll give this printout to people, and I'll say, rank these activities 1 through 5. 1 gets the most activity from you outside of your 40-hour week. Outside of your 40-hour week. So they'll go through and they'll rank that, say, okay, great, fantastic. Next, these activities, number 1, you worry about the most. Number 5, you worry about the least. Rank those. And they'll go through and they'll rank them. And then we'll go to this one. Say, what's the most important one to you? And watch their eyes light up as they realize what I say is most important to me is not where I'm spending my time. What I say is most important to me and the things I worry about and the things that I'm concerned about is not where I'm spending my time and activities. And we start having some great conversations, fantastic conversations around that, okay? So then I'm just going to give you a couple examples of some other ones. On the left, there's a SWOT analysis. It's a pretty basic business tool that a lot of our entrepreneurs will be very familiar with. It outlines how to analyze your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we customize it for this Entrepremarriage that we're building. And we go through and we have great conversations around that. On the right side, we talk about goals. Oh, real estate agents are great about setting goals. Oh, I sold 50 houses this year. Next year, 72. Woo, great. Sign it. I'm going to do with it. Did you tell your spouse that's going to turn them into a single parent half the year? Because you just increased your activities to find those other transactions. So we talk about, okay, I'm going to set a goal, and here's how it's going to affect the house. Well, then I'm going to ask my partner, what are the effects that I don't know about? That's the ripple effect in the next one. So that exercise usually goes goal, ripple effect, what else? Oh, crap, new goal, ripple effect, what else? I didn't think about that either. Third goal, and they finally come up to something they can all agree on. So, like I said, a lot of interaction, a lot of new conversations. We have a saying in that class that says, any new conversation is a win. Any new conversation is a win, especially if it's about how my career and my world at home are going to either blend or bleed together, because they're going to do one or the other, okay? Anytime I do a class, I am really big on sending people away with 3 things: a new perspective, tools, and resources. So we'll always end with some resources, and that is a live link if you guys want links to these books. These are great books for business that are also great books for relationships. Those are also some relationship books that if you take them and apply them to your business, they're great business books. So they're in both worlds. They're in those Entrepremarriage type spaces. So those are fantastic. Now, obviously, I'm up here today for a very special reason to get myself in front of you. It goes against everything I am as a teacher to send you out the door without offering you something for free for being here and investing your time. On the right, that is a QR code for just a free SWOT analysis download. You can download that. It'll give you an agenda for how to have a great conversation around it with your spouse. It'll give you instructions of how to fill it out. And you're going to have some great, great conversations at home using that. So you can take that, like I said, download it, read it, have all the great conversations that you can. Again, I'm on a mission to help these people build, protect, and grow their Entrepremarriage. We have to start changing our conversations around this. We absolutely have to change those conversations. It's an epidemic, but it's an epidemic we have all the tools to beat. All the skills, all the talents, all the resources, we can beat it. But we have to start being intentional, and we have to bring it to our people. All right, that's my time, and I thank you so, so much.